What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Change by Design. This is episode number 5. Let's get into it. You see, change is inevitable, but transformation is intentional. Most people wait for pain, crisis, or loss before they evolve. But kings and architects don't wait. They design. This is design, guys. And in this episode, we're stepping into the truth that you don't have to be a passenger on the life's ride. You are the one holding the blueprint. And this is Change by Design. Guys, if you've been following this journey so far, we're 5 episodes in, and at this point, you should already be aware of your power of evolution, of transformation. But we coming in every week hard, guys. So to keep you on track, to keep you in remembrance of who you are. So the nature of change. Change is not random. It is law. We either drift into it unconsciously or design it intentionally. So the most of the world will give you a script to live by. We talked about this in our previous episode. And it's up to us to take control of our own minds, our actions, our ideals, and walk forth towards destiny. It's up to us to consciously decide, this I shall do. Now realize that is a measure of self-responsibility, self-accountability that most won't take. But if you're here, you're not most people. You are the king, the queen, the architect of remembrance. And I invite you to use this as fuel. Because if you do not consciously choose the path you would take, it will unconsciously be chosen for you. It's only be chosen by the society, by your family, even by your closest friends. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to take what is given to you. You have the power to create the life that you want, the identity that you want. Now, it's going to take a, cleansing process of the old to the new. And it may not be easy. But as I always say, the journey was never meant to be easy, guys. It was always meant to be holy. So choose today to be the day that you start your journey of identity, purpose, and transformation. Don't wait any longer. If you've been planning to start working out, to focus on your temple, if you've been planning to start reading those books to ignite your mindset, if you've been planning to write that book, to listen to that video, to take the notes, to go to class, to get the job, to get the promotion, get the business started, guys, the timeline is waiting on you. The timeline is waiting on you. So we're going to go from reaction to creation. Most people only change when forced by pain. But the higher path is choosing change before the storm, by vision and alignment. So why wait for a financial crisis to occur? For you to have a strategy in place to steward your provisions properly. Not only for now, but for the future. Why wait until you have some type of sickness or disease to start taking care of your vessel? You see, this is all reaction-based thinking. And that's how the world operates. Something happens, you react. Something don't happen, you react. But I challenge you to stop reacting to life circumstances and start creating the path towards freedom, creating the path to your higher self, if you will. So before the storm even comes, what is your third eye vision telling you? What is the vision of your higher self whispering in your soul? That's what you need to follow. This is known as alignment. And when we are changing by design, we have the blueprint and we use our discipline to walk the timeline. We match our words and actions with our deeds. And I noticed that I'm not even, like, this podcast is not for preaching. This is a real, no fluff kind of remembrance frequency for all those who's listening. So don't think I'm preaching. I'm not preaching. I am reminding you. This podcast is a reminder of your power. So most of the world do not operate from vision. And they have no idea what it means to keep their word. But you do. And that's the only true transformation. Did you do what you said you would do today? Did you complete the project you said you would complete? Did you execute? Did you finish? Because heaven counts execution, not idle thoughts. Now, intention is great, but intention without follow through becomes a void. It becomes a false mask, and you're gonna find yourself further away from your truth. Okay. So the blueprints and systems, guys, we got to talk about the blueprints and system, because in order to get from where you are now to where you want to be, there has to be a system in place. Because it's not one day, it's not one thing. It is a collection of things. It's a collection of days. And as you add these up on top of each other, that is what creates a new you. So lasting transformation requires design. We're talking about routines, rituals, environments, and ultimately standards shape who you are becoming. They are shaping who you are becoming because they're going to determine what you allow and what you don't. They're going to determine what it is that you accept in your life and what you don't. I got a book, guys. It's called Mindset 2.0. It's really one of my favorite books that I wrote. And this was the journey of Lead to Gold within my own self. Because before I wrote the book, I had to first live every single chapter. And in this book, the tagline is called, "It's time to raise your standards." Because only through raising your standards will you truly evolve to your higher self and stop accepting things that are out of alignment with your frequency. So if you're noticing, I would say, people or circumstances that are acting a certain way or doing certain things, and they're just not in alignment with where you want to go. Your friends or your past friends are partying. They're not focused, not disciplined, right? Or even your career path. Maybe you're at a job that you don't like. Well, you have to realize that this is a part of evolution, right? It's a part of you coming into the fullness of who you are. So never think that you're missing out. You're not missing out. You are elevated to the next level. And there's always another level. So it's time that you become the architect, guys. You are not a victim of change. You are the designer of your evolution. Identity leads and action follows. Most people don't understand this. And I always want to go back to most people so you can have a contrast. So you can really understand that the sacred journey that you're on is destined for you. It's unique for you. And if you're on this podcast listening right now at this very moment, know that you are not alone. I'm here with you. Throughout the galaxy, throughout all the timelines, throughout the eons and the ancient, whatever words you want to use to bring forth the multiverse, right? The multiverse of synchronicity. In this moment of my life, my presence right now, you're listening to me. Know that you are not alone. And I'm here to help you architect your own path towards sovereignty, peace, and freedom. So you must elevate yourself, though. Elevate your mindset first, because you are not the victim. Life doesn't change you. It reveals you. So if you're not satisfied with the mirror that you're looking at, it is the inside of your character. It is your identity. It is how you see yourself that must evolve. That's why I always say, guys, from lead to gold. And realizing that you will always the gold underneath. You are the designer. Your goals, your ideals, your dreams, your purpose, these are all seeds of remembrance that the Most High planted in you before time. So you only can sustain actions, though, as we talked about. You only can sustain action as it relates to who you are. Meaning that, could I go out and go cut grass? Yes. Could I learn how to build a house? Yes. But if I don't see myself as someone who cuts grass, let's say for a living, right? Or if I don't see myself as a builder in the sense of a house or a real estate agent, I'm not going to consistently be able to do it. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a challenge. And because of that, it's best to just stay where you're at and work towards your strengths. Because in your strengths, that's where you're going to find your destiny. If you were good at sports, right, you're going to lean towards those sports and you'll have opportunities. If you're good at organization, if you're good at speaking, teaching, writing, leading, coaching, or if you're good at any of these other, I'll say, occupational activities you can do, that's a part of your calling. So the Most High didn't send you here blind. He sent you covered. And it's up to you to walk towards that darkness, the depths of your being, uncover the truth. This is why you are the architect